A few weeks ago, I did a video about why the western suburbs of Raleigh are so much more expensive than the eastern suburbs. The short of it is, they're more popular. If you want to know why they're more popular, I'll link to that video at the end of this one. But in today's video, I'm going to do a big comparison of all the western most popular suburbs of Raleigh. We're going to talk about the current real estate market and housing prices in each one and the things that each suburb is most well known for. The western suburbs are Cary, Apex, Holly Springs, Fuquay, and I don't know why, but I always forget it, Morrisville. Poor little Morrisville. And here's why I always forget about Morrisville. This is Morrisville. And this is Cary. Do you see how they're all kind of mixed up? Yeah, it's confusing to me too. I tell people that you can't really tell the difference between Cary and Morrisville. As you drive through North Cary and head west, you're going to go in and out of Morrisville and you'll never know it except for the occasional sign. They look the same. They're both well manicured. They both have nice parks, nice shopping centers, good schools. Morrisville is really small though, with a population of only 27,000 to Cary's 170,000. You can maybe forgive me for forgetting about Morrisville. So what is Morrisville known for? It's basically known for being Cary light, but for its small size, Morrisville has a lot happening. There's one thing you should know about Morrisville though. Why is Morrisville almost $100,000 cheaper to buy a home there? It's because Morrisville has done something to manage the rising prices, and because of that, it hasn't gotten as expensive as neighboring Cary, even though they're both as close as you can get to RTP and Apple's new campus. Morrisville has the highest percent of attached housing in the entire Triangle area. The majority of housing currently listed in Morrisville, 53%, is attached. Housing density isn't the only factor that influences price, but it's a pretty big one, and since Cary and Morrisville share such a similar location, it's easy to see how that larger pool of dense housing is affecting Morrisville's prices. A typical home that you might find in Morrisville is going to be a townhome like this one. If you want a detached home, you might be looking at something like this. Next up is Cary. Cary is the most expensive suburb on the west side. The median home price in Cary is $598,000, and property values have increased by 37% over the last year. 40% of housing in Cary is attached housing. Since Cary has been around and established for the longest time, Cary's housing skews just a little bit older than just about everybody else. So for the same money in the other suburbs, generally speaking, you'll get an older home in Cary. For the median price, you can get a home like this one. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Cary is known for being a well-planned community with beautiful parks, greenways, and so many activities and events. Last weekend was the annual Wheels on Academy Street, where participants enter their antique cars or modern hot rods to be judged, and in true family-friendly Cary style, the judges are local kids under age 15. There's also a Touch-a-Truck exhibit where kids get to interact with large trucks up close and personal, and they have a horn-free hour for kids with sensory sensitivity so they can participate too. The median home price in Apex is $595,000, and it has increased 38% over the last year, and 27% of homes for sale are currently attached housing. For the median home price, this is a typical home that you're going to find in Apex. It's got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and it's 2,600 square feet. This home was built in 2014. Apex is known for its adorable small town feel. Everyone loves Apex's current downtown, but honestly, it's not the most pedestrian friendly area, so Apex is currently in the design phase of recreating this area to be more walk friendly. This is their current downtown design project.
The heart of Salem Street has been enhanced with pavers in both the roadway and the sidewalk areas in a curbless environment offering maximum flexibility and accessibility. The street remains open to vehicular traffic unless the block is closed for an event. Ambient string lighting creates a delightful ceiling over Salem, while LED pedestrian lamps illuminate the area. The addition of street trees offers comfort and shade from the southern heat, and this new urban tree canopy will flourish with its sustainable underground soil cells, maximizing space for roots, while also capturing rain to water the trees. Upon arrival, you will know that you've reached the peak of good living in downtown Apex.
And the town of Apex passed a bond in 2017 that allowed them to expand their parks, community center, and greenway offerings, which is all in the works.
Sports athletic facility like Pleasant Park will address the current needs of our town. There's 92 acres where we'll have 6 multi-purpose soccer, lacrosse, football fields, artificially turfed with lights, which allows for more usage into the evening hours. The facility will also have 4 baseball fields, tennis courts, basketball, a cross-country trail, and it'll have a splash pond.
The median home price in Holly Springs is $547,000, a little bit less than the towns to the north of it. Over the past year, home prices have increased by 38%, and single-family homes are way more popular in Holly Springs, with only 14% of housing being attached. For the median home price, you can get a home like this one in Holly Springs, or a house like this one. Holly Springs is known for its incredibly fast growth rate. They built up an entire town in about 20 years. There wasn't much downtown to speak of or shopping until they built this. And this. With only 36,000 people, Holly Springs isn't a very big town, but there's always something happening. You might take in a minor league baseball game at Ting Stadium, see a musical at the Holly Springs Cultural Center, take in a jazz concert, or enroll in one of the many town classes at the community center, and there's always an event happening at either Sug Farm Park or the Cultural Center. I always like to say that Fuquay-Varina is the funkiest of the western towns. While Morrisville, Cary, Apex, and Holly Springs are all neat as a pin suburban communities, Fuquay's got a little bit more age to it, and you can still see the old tobacco barns in the industrial section of town along Main Street. It looks pretty gritty, but don't let that fool you, because once you get into the beautiful residential historic district, you will take in streetscapes like this one. The median home price in Fuquay is $436,000. It's increased by 36% over the last year, and there's a measly 1% of attached housing in Fuquay. For sure, if you want a single family home and your budget just can't meet the prices further north, Fuquay is the place to be. For the median home price, you get a home like this one in Fuquay. This home is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and was built in 2004. If you like this video, you should watch this one about why the western suburbs are so much more expensive than the eastern ones.